Sahajanand Swami Maharajni Jai, Vachanamrit number 38. In this, God touches the topic of evaluating our progress on the path of spirituality in terms of how much we have conquered the mind, tamed the mind. જ્યાંથી પોતાને સત્સંગ થયો હોય ત્યાંથી પોતાના મનને તપાસ કરવો. જે પ્રથમના વર્ષમાં મારું મન આવું હતું ને પછી આવું હતું ને આટલી ભગવાનની વાસના હતી ને આટલી જગતની વાસના હતી એમ વર્ષો વર્ષનો સરવાળો વિચાર્યા કરવો. વન has to keep introspecting and evaluating that how much am I seeking happiness, peace and love from God, and how much am I still seeking it from pleasures, from materialistic external triggers, and how much am I able to self-generate from the inside. How much am I able to win over my mind that keeps wandering restlessly in search of happiness, and how much am I able to rest it in the divine love, joy and peace of God. Every year how we maintain accounts and P&Ls of our businesses, he's saying you must maintain an annual progress report as a seeker. અને પોતાના મનમાં જેટલી જગતની વાસના બાકી રહી ગઈ હોય તેને થોડે થોડે નિરંતરે ટાળવી. Whenever you sit for this account, if you are going to be authentically genuine, honest to yourself, sincerely accepting, not denying that still so much of vasana, ichhas, wishes, wants, cravings still remain in me and I have to overcome them. He says, have patience and slowly, don't give up on yourself, but keep working on overcoming these. અને એમ વિચારે નહીં ને બધી ભેગી કરે તો તે વાસના એની ટળે જ નહીં. If you don't consistently, daily work on these smaller steps, if not taken, and if we are under the impression that one fine day when I retire, when I grow old, I'm going to overcome all this all at once, then it's never going to happen. It will just get accumulated. Procrastination will gather a hell lot of things that we need to improve on. And if they are not worked in smaller installments, then we will never be able to overcome it. જેમ વાણિયાને ઘેર નામું હોય ને જો મહિનાનું નિરંતર ચૂકાવી દઈએ તો દેતા કઠણ ન પડે ને વર્ષ દહાડાનું ભેગું કરીએ તો આપવું બહુ કઠણ પડે. તેમ નિરંતર વિચાર કર્યા કરવો. If you have taken a big loan and if you don't pay EMIs, paying the entire amount all at once at the end of the year becomes very difficult because you are already hand to mouth, because of which you have taken a loan. We are already spiritually struggling, and if we are not going to solve problems daily, attend to these limitations on a smaller fraction, then all at once we may never be able to do it. અને મન છે તે તો જગતની વાસનાએ કરીને વસાણું છે. This mind is full of such material distractions accumulated over several births. તેમ મનને ભગવાનના જે ચરિત્ર, ભગવાનનો જે મહિમા, ભગવાનનું જે સ્મરણ તેને વિશે વસવું. What is the solution he is saying? Constantly fill your mind with spiritual satsang, spiritual knowledge, God's stories, God's smaran, remembering God, chanting God, praising God, doing bhakti of God, listening to satsang of God. Fill your mind with so much positivity that all the limitations and negativity automatically wither away. મનને ભગવાનથી ગૂંચવી મેળવો. ભગવાનના ઘાટ મનમાં કર્યા કરવા, એક સમયોને બીજો કરવો, બીજો સમયોને ત્રીજો કરવો ને એમ મનને નવરું રહેવા દેવું નહીં. Never let your mind be idle. Keep it constantly busy with spiritual engagements, with spiritual knowledge, with spiritual practices, with spiritual sadhanas. He says that sadhanas like Ekadashi, Upwas, or all the rituals said in religion are all meant to control the mind. એકાદશીનો ઉપવાસ તેનું શા લક્ષણ છે? તો 10 ઇન્દ્રિય અને 11મું મન પોતપોતાના વિષયમાંથી કાઢીને ભગવાનમાં જોડવા, તેને એકાદશીનું વ્રત કહેવાય. ફોર અસ એકાદશી ઇઝ rejoice and feast on sabudana khichdi, french fries, fruits, nuts, and have all different kinds of foods and have a feast. And we feel that we are doing Ekadashi. He says Ekadashi means all the 10 indriyas, senses, and the 11th mind have to be withdrawn from their daily activities, consumptions, and they have to be completely involved in God. This is the motive of Ekadashi or Upwas. Any fast is meant for us to take a break from usual activities and engage and immerse in God, to completely abstain ourselves from whatever we do on a daily basis, and for once just rest within ourselves in God. ધર્મમાં રહીને મહાત્મ્યને સમજીને નિર્વાસનિક કરવાનો નિત્ય અભ્યાસ કરવો. How to make the mind rest without any vasanas or activities or distractions is what Dharma is trying to teach us. સાચો ત્યાગી તેને કહીએ જે પદાર્થનો ત્યાગ કર્યો તેને પાછો કોઈ દિવસ મનમાં સંકલ્પ પણ ન થાય. જેમ વિષ્ટાનો ત્યાગ કર્યો હોય પછી પાછો સંકલ્પ થતો નથી, તેમ મનના સંકલ્પ પાછા થવા ન જવે. If we are trying to overcome ourselves from any distractions, any temptations, then how should that be overcome? Similar to how we excrete waste from our body every morning, and we never regret or repent that I lost a part of my body. We know that it was excreta. It was worth abandoning. It was worth removing from the body. It was toxic. Like that, as we overcome our mind from the toxic temptations of life, we should not look back at them or regret them or repent them or remember them or miss them. We have to overcome them with this mental strength. એક આત્મા વિના બીજા જે પદાર્થ છે તેનો ત્યાગ કરીને કેવળ આત્માપણે વર્તવું ને ભગવાનની ઉપાસના કરવી, તેને જ પૂરો ત્યાગી કહેવાય. If we reside in the soul and search for all peace, joy and happiness from the soul, then we have completely understood spirituality and spiritual living. Then we are real tyagis. ગ્રહસ્થ હરિભક્ત હોય તે તો જેમ જનક રાજાએ કહ્યું, જે આ મારી મિથિલા નગરી બળે છે પણ તેમાં મારું કાંઈ બળતું નથી, તેમ ગ્રહસ્થએ રહેવું. If we are not tyagis, if we are not sannyasis, if we have not renunciated, and if we are leading a normal household life, then he says you have to detach yourself mentally. It's okay to engage in activities. You don't have to renunciate from activities if you are a grahastha. A grahastha cannot have such a wish that he also abandons everything like a sadhu. A grahastha has to remain and fulfill all the responsibilities of the sansar, yet have a nirvasnik man. The mind must not have desires and wishes and wants and cravings. Being desireless is a state that a tyagi and a grahastha both are striving to achieve. એમ સમજીને ગ્રહમાં રહેતો હોય તો તે ગ્રહસ્થ હરિભક્ત ખરો કહેવાય. If you are able to make your mind desireless, then you are already achieving the state that a seeker is expected to achieve. મન નિર્વાસનિક જોઈએ અને દેહે કરીને ગમે તેટલી પ્રવૃત્તિ હોય ને તેનું મન જો શુદ્ધ છે તો તેનું અતિ ભૂંડું થાય નહીં. The goal is not to disengage from all activities, but the goal is to completely detach the mind from all activities. If the detachment is achieved, then the activity can never be an obstacle on the path of a seeker. મુવા ટાણે તો જેવા મનના સંકલ્પ હોય તેવા સ્ફુરી આવે. ભરતજીને અંતકાળે મૃગનું બાળક સ્ફુરી આવ્યું ત્યારે મૃગને આકારે થઈ ગયા ને પ્રથમ રાજ્ય મેલ્યું હતું ને ઋષભદેવ ભગવાન તો પોતાના બાપ હતા તો પણ એમ થયું માટે મને કરીને નિર્વાસનિક રહેવું. He is giving a very common example, a very renowned example on the path of satsang, that Bharatji, who was the son of Rishabdev Bhagwan, he, in spite of being the son of God, in spite of having overcome everything that needed to be overcome on the spiritual path, but in his last few days, he got compassionate about a deer who was in trouble. He got attached to a deer, and just to fulfill that desire had to take another birth of a deer before getting salvated. If such an elevated soul has to go through this before getting salvated, then we seekers who already have so many limitations and so many temptations and distractions, we may have to take so many births if we have unfulfilled desires at the end of our birth. So we must overcome these. To overcome these, he has already shown two paths. One is sadhana, like Ekadashi, dharma niyams. The second way he has shown is introspection, evaluating our progress. If both of these don't help us overcome it, then he gives a third way out. Seek help for this. પોતાના મનના ભૂંડા ઘાટ થાતા હોય તે કહેવા, પણ કોણે કહેવા? તો જેના મનમાં કોઈ દિવસ જગતના ભૂંડા ઘાટ ન થાતા હોય તેને કહેવા. Somebody who has overcome these obstacles, these temptations, that guru, that mentor, that guide, that well-wisher should be your sounding board to whom you go and confess that please help me, I'm not able to overcome these on my own. These are my obstacles, distractions, limitations. તે ઘાટને સાંભળીને તે ઘાટ ઉપર વાત કર્યા કરે તે જ્યાં સુધી તે કહેનારાના ઘાટ ટળી જાય નહીં ત્યાં સુધી બેસતા ઉઠતા ખાતા પીતા સર્વે ક્રિયામાં વાત કર્યા કરે. અને તે ઘાટ ટાળ્યાનોથી કેવી ચાળ્ય હોય તો જેમ પોતાના ઘાટ ટાળ્યાની ચાળ હોય તેવી હોય એવા આગળ ઘાટ કહેવા. Somebody who is so empathetic and compassionate that he will make your problems his or her own. He will constantly be behind you to help you overcome your limitations. That kind of a teacher, that kind of a mentor, that kind of a well-wisher who will take ownership of your problems as his or her own and will ensure that he or she helps you to overcome these. If you have such a person in your life, and we all have such people in our life, we have to be honest, sincere, and seek their help without having any ego come in our way, without thinking what he or she will think about us. We must tell these problems, these obstacles with them, and they will definitely help us overcome. Sadhana, introspection, and sharing these with them help us overcome our mind, conquer our mind, overcome all our limitations. પોતાના મનના ઘાટ કહીને તે ઘાટને ટાળી નાખીને પોતાના મનને વિષય કેવળ ભગવાનના ઘાટ કર્યા કરવા ને જગતના સુખથી નિર્વાસનિક થવું. What is the goal? Use any of these three means, but overcome the mind, conquer the mind, control the mind, and use it to seek God, to completely worship God, to become God, to immerse in God, and progress on this path and become nirvasnik, desireless or detached to the sukh of the sansars. ગ્રહસ્થ હોય તેને પણ દેહે કરીને વ્યવહાર કરવો, પણ મને કરીને તો ત્યાગીની પેઠે નિર્વાસનિક રહેવું ને ભગવાનનું ચિંતન કરવું ને વ્યવહાર તો ભગવાનના વચને કરીને જ રાખવો. This, what I am saying, is not just applicable to sannyasis, but also to grahasthashramis. But for them, I am again reminding, do not disassociate or disengage in the sansar. Fulfill all your responsibilities, all your relationships, all your financial, emotional, or any other responsibility that one has taken up in life, but remain nirvasnik from the mind, remain desireless, constantly contemplate and focus on one goal, one desire, that is God, and completely stay immersed in Him. Your dependency for peace, joy, and love should be only and only on God and not on anything else. If that happens, we have achieved what we came into this spiritual path for. May we all overcome and conquer our mind using this advice. Sahajanand Swami Maharaj.